And good evening, everybody, and welcome here as we get set for our fourth race of the season here in the PCSRA Monster Energy Series. Getting ready for our race weekend to be capped off, but we're not racing in the daytime conditions. We're racing under the lights here at Phoenix International Raceway. Getting ready for our division races. It was really a wreck fest, if you would say, in our Buffalo Wild Wings Series race here yesterday, which they went 200 laps. These drivers are going to be doing 63 laps because right before Buffalo Wild Wings Series racing got underway, they had, of course, the non-charter race for Buffalo Wild Wings Series, and then they had happy hour, so they didn't have a whole lot of time to get out of their fire suit for those that try to make the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race, and we'll see how they do here today. Last week, 4 drivers went to victory lane here this weekend. Of course, one of them starts on the pole position. That would be Prudence Littlejohn, even though she's not running for the championship, but gets her pole alongside of Bo Van Gesset. There's Littlejohn. Monica Towns, who had a good run in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race yesterday, and Diego Marquez. Here's the rest of your starting lineup. A couple of drivers had some good runs in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race here yesterday. Chelsea Richard, Sydney Vortex completes the field, our 16-car field. All the Triple P panelists not racing this weekend, but they will be back in the car next week at Auto Club, so that will be fun. And now the cars are rolling off behind the Dodge Charger pace car. It was, I don't know how many yellows we had yesterday in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race. But like I said, we're running in different conditions compared to our Buffalo Wild Wings Series race. They were running in the daytime. We're running our division races at night. So that's going to be a little bit interesting how this race could go. So it's nighttime conditions here at the Phoenix International Raceway. And we'll see how tonight's race will go here at Phoenix. Here we go. Green flag about to be put underway for the 16 cars in this part-timer. Green flag, we're racing here at Phoenix. What kind of race are we in for? Of course, Prudence Littlejohn racing here today. We'll see Jackie Tang in this ride next week at Auto Club. Littlejohn won't be back in this car until Martinsville, when she will be pulling double duty to run the truck race. She really needs to turn her season around. Forgot to go over the point standings. I'll go over them right now. Valentina Fernandez has a 46-point lead over Luke Knight. Josephine Bouvier is third in the points, 58 points back. Then 66 points back is Courtney Lynn, who's in fourth. Betty Barrett, fifth. Whitney Wolf, who won of the division races last week. She is sixth in the points. Lita Perez, seventh. Mike Chilton, eighth. Gloria Tucker, ninth. And Amanda Whitecastle completes the top 10. As they go through the dog leg here. Last week, June Einstein fell out of the top 60 in the points. And now that her win from Atlanta would not count towards a spot into the playoffs. So she's going to need a redeeming race here today. Of course, Prudence Littlejohn won Las Vegas last week. But like I mentioned before, Littlejohn, 94th in the points. She's not running for the championship. This is her second pole in a row. Won the pole at Vegas, won the race, won the pole here tonight. So Littlejohn on a mission here tonight. As there's Bo Van Gesset in the 037 for Full Frontal Motorsports. I believe he's got his teammates in here. Yep, Audrey Baranowskis and Henry Williams. Well, Van Gesset has never raced here at Phoenix before. I don't think he raced here in the Buffalo Wild Wings series, but he is a rookie, however, in this series. Well, Van Gesset will make a couple of starts in the Buffalo Wild Wings series to try to get some experience to help out here in the Monster Energy series. It's still Prudence Littlejohn in the lead. As I'm trying to get my charger back up to my lap here. Heather Galloway running in third. Galloway had a disappointing race yesterday in the Buffalo Wild Wings series. Ended up finishing in 41st. Hopefully she can have a better day here today. Fourth is Monica Towns. Had a well-needed run yesterday. On the flip side, Ari Springer did not have a good run yesterday in the Buffalo Wild Wings series, but learned a lot in that Lincoln Continental. It's still Prudence Littlejohn leading in the One Main Financial Toyota. Of course, like I said, we'll see Jackie Tang next week. Sydney Vortex not having a good run. Ricky Cervantes all the way up to the wall in that number 200. Not the start of the season he would have liked. Mandry Campbell in the 64 made her, I believe she made her debut last week. There's Bridget Thomas, our winner from Atlanta, back here. Chelsea Richards back here. There's Brian Gomez and Maria Balling. Henry Williams in the 072. 039, that's Diego Marquez. Audrey Marinowskis working on Monica Towns. That's a battle for the 5th position. And it's still Prudence Littlejohn leading this race. Littlejohn trying to join Valentina Fernandez as the only 2-time winner this season. However, the catch is that she's not running for the championship. Fernandez, however, is. A couple of drivers need good runs. Kevin Joseph's actually dead last in points of the drivers who've ran every race this season. Or actually, who... Good question. Who is dead last in points of the drivers? That would be Maddie Crenshaw, surprisingly. She's dead last in points of the drivers who've ran every race this season. And what's shocking is Prudence Littlejohn only made one start. She's ahead of a driver who's ran every race this season, and Zach Underwood. That's a bit of a brawl moment, if you ask me. I don't want to say that's a good thing. I think that's a bad thing, if you ask me. So all of our Triple P people will be back next week at Auto Club. Ari Springer definitely trying to get a bounce back. Whenever she didn't have a good race in the Buffalo Wild Wings series, and this happened at, I mean, she had a good run at Vegas last week in Buffalo Wild Wings. Did okay in Munster. But did bad yesterday, as Bo Van Gesset's still trying to get around Prudence Littlejohn in the 081. Let's go on board of Bo Van Gesset. Of course, we have safer barriers here. Of course, we ran the Papyrus version of Phoenix in our Buffalo Wild Wings Series race yesterday. We're running the Nextel Night version of Phoenix. So they put all the lights up after yesterday's race, or in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race, which was interesting. There's Galloway. We're on board with Ari Springer. Right now, I do not have a guess who are the drivers in the danger zone as far as entering this race until we get a clear view of who is in what. Andrew Campbell's back here struggling. Bridget Thomas trying to stay in the top 70 in points. So, winners right now that are in the top 60 in points would be in the playoffs. They are two-time winner this season, Valentina Fernandez, who has the points lead. Other winners, Whitney Wolf, 6th in the points. Mike Chilton is 8th in points. 21st in points is Samantha Greenville. Bridget Thomas, that's 5. And I'm checking here, top 60. Jazz Sugartown, 55th. She needs a good run. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers that are inside the top 60 in points that have a win and right now have a chance to possibly try to lock themselves into the playoffs. All of those winners are not safe, with the exception of Valentina Fernandez, who has 2 wins. Everybody else has 1. And this is a little early, but the drivers who would be in the transfer spots, cautions out, by the way: Luke Knight, Josephine Bouvier, Courtney Lind, Betty Barrett, Alita Therese, Gloria Tucker, Amanda Whitecastle, Downey, Lawson, Cooper. I think that would be the 16 drivers that would be in, but it's too early to tell. Oh, Chelsea Richards. We were just talking about Chelsea Richards. Heavy damage to that Toyota. Let's see what happened. She would be the reason for this first caution on lap 19. And involved Bridget Thomas, who I was talking about her in one of those 16 spots in the chase for the championship, and I don't think she got a whole lot of damage, but Chelsea Richards heavily damaged to the I can't tell what the sponsor is giving me, to the TNA Wrestling Toyota, and she was the only, and she spun on pit road, or spun up the track. And unfortunately, it looks like her night is going to come to an early end. So that's a tough break for Chelsea. So that would mean, as we're going to get ready to go back to green. So back to the 10 I was talking about. Knight, Bouvier, Lynn, that's 3. Barrett's 4. Therese is 5. Tucker, Whitecastle, Downey, and Strawberry Lawson. That would be, as of now, your playoff grid, but it's too early to tell. Green flag back in the air, and yep, the 930 is out of the race. So Chelsea Richards has to go to the Care Center because that was a crash related. And new leader, Bo Van Gesset, going to the race lead. And looks like he's going to make the pass made. Here comes Ari Springer, as Monica Towns just popped the wall in the back. And Ari Springer trying to fight back, but it looks like she might lose the battle to the Tim Hortons Mazda. Oh, but the 037 ran a little bit wide, trying to get a good exit off the corner. I don't know if that's going to be good or not. That's allowing Heather Galloway in the 015 to catch up. Ari's trying to clear the 037, but she's trying, but just can't get the pass made. This track is difficult to pass, and I don't think she got the spot made. Oh, nope, she's trying to fight back, but the 037 has the preferred line. She gets a good run off turn 4, but she just can't get the pass made. They're still side by side, as now Littlejohn gets around Heather Galloway, as Ari's still trying to pass the 037. The 037 is not going to let her get away with it, but they're allowing Littlejohn and company to catch up. And that was not a good camera angle. It looks like she just can't make the pass made. That, or she needs to drive harder to get the pass made. She will lead that lap. But man, passing's going to be an issue tonight. As the 037 still won't let her. Ari's getting frustrated because she's trying to pass, but that 037 is really putting up a fight. And looks like she finally clears the 037, but the 037 may be coming back, so it may not be over. Actually, now it is, as now Ari Springer is the new race leader. Ari's trying to get the first win of the season for Lincoln Continental in the Indiana Jasper Lincoln Continental. But now she'd better be worried about Little John here in the 810. We're checking back here. Right now, the goal for these Monster Energy Series drivers, as that was not the right camera angle. TV1 does not show you a good camera angle. TV2 does. One of the things these drivers have to learn is that you got to start winning races. I mean, one win is great. But if you're in Valentina Fernandez's condition, 2 wins sounds even better. And 2 wins could possibly be good, maybe 3 possibly be good to get yourself into the playoffs. Of course, last week we had Cadillac go to victory lane. And Whitney Wolf, with that victory, shot herself from like 64 to 6th in the points. And as of now, she unofficially has one of the 16 spots into this season's chase for the championship. But it's still early. As we'll show you the points, and this is what the Rookie of the Year standings. Amanda Whitehouse took the points lead over in the Rookie of the Year honors. Castle 28th in the points. A driver that if she got a win tonight, she would be unofficially into the playoffs. Keyword unofficially, because let me tell you this, folks. We're guaranteed to have more than 16 winners. So it's going to come down to who has the most wins. So we're going to go on board of Little John, pressuring. And here's something ironic. Ari Springer drives for Cody Smart. Little John drives for Smart Motorsports in the Truck Series. We're past the halfway point of this race, by the way. Lincoln's been having a quiet start to the year. Of course, that 19 Lincoln was supposed to be an all-star team, but that went all for naught. Because with the announcement of Gloria Tucker moving over to Subaru, shook everything up in that lineup. So they brought Ari Springer, who's running full-time in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, up to this ride at the last minute. Ari comes in this race 50th in the points, by the way. So as of now, if Ari Springer went to victory lane, she would be locked into the playoffs as she's about to get passed by Prudence Littlejohn. Paul Van Gessen in 3rd. Galloway is 4th. Audra Baranowskis is 5th. 6th is Frida Suarez. 7th is Diego Marquez. 8th, Anne Maria. 9th, Ricky Cervantes. Brian Gomez in 10th in this part-time race. And Little John just couldn't get around Ari Springer, just like Ari had troubles trying to get around Bo Van Gesset. Excuse me. Of course, these drivers will stay at the track tonight after the race concludes, because they'll all get on a charter bus and head off to Auto Club next week, which is like a 3 or so hour drive west, which will conclude our PCSRA Goes West program. TV1's never a good camera angle. "15 cars of the 16 on the lead lap." Of course, the 930 of Chelsea Richards out of the race. She has been released from the infield care center. Under the new damaged vehicle policy, even though we don't do damaged vehicle policies, it's under, if you're involved in an accident and you take your car to the garage, you will go to the care center, because there's no damaged vehicle policy. You can make as many repairs as you possibly can to try to salvage you some points. So yeah. Bridget Thomas in 15th. We'll see where this is going to situate her as far as the top 60 in the points. Another thing is, if you make the playoffs in this series, you guaranteed yourself another season up in the series. And if Ari Springer goes to victory lane here tonight, as I said, she would be unofficially locked into the playoffs, providing she remains in the top 60 in the points. And like I said, it doesn't matter if you have 1 win, it doesn't matter if you have 5 wins. If you're not in the top 60 in the points by the time the regular season checker flag waves at Dover, you will not be in this season's chase for the championship. As I had to pull up the schedule. Auto Club next week. Looking forward to Auto Club. And like I said, that will conclude our West Coast trip, because we'll have our first short track race of the season at Martinsville with all 3 series. And then trucks will have their first night race at Darlington. Same, Buffalo Wild Wings will have their second, because they ran their season opener at night. And Monster Energy Series will run their 3rd night race in 3 weeks at Darlington. And of course, if you didn't hear the announcement, AutoZone Amateur Series will be racing at Sonoma with Monster Energy. Then we have Coca-Cola, Iowa, Pikes Peak, Richmond, Loudon, all the way up to All-Star Weekend, which will only be Monster Energy Series. Everybody else will be off that weekend. Also, if our Triple P panelists have a win from last season, they are into the All-Star race due to that circumstance. And of course, if Ari Springer goes to victory lane, she would be in the All-Star race. Same with the drivers who already have a win this season. Whitney Wolf, first-time Cadillac, will be in the All-Star race. Jazz Sugartown, like I said, needs a good run here tonight. Same with June Einstein. June Einstein comes into this race 10 points back of the driver who was 60th in points. Ironically, Bo Van Gesset. Actually, it was a tie for 60th, because he's tied with Leela Bakai, but at critical 60th in the points. Sugartown is 6 points ahead of the cut line of 60th in the standings, so she absolutely needs a good run, or she could be in trouble and have to claw her way back in. As the field's starting to spread out. Battle here between Diego Marquez and Anne Maria, as we're going to go to the helicopter view to watch this battle. Marquez really wide, and in the wall he goes. And Maria now going to chase down Frida Suarez back up here as Audra Baranowski is trying to catch Prudence Littlejohn, who lost second and third to Heather Galloway and Bo Van Gesset. But Ari Springer leads the way. How would it be for Ari Springer to get her first career win in this series? She would guarantee herself her safety in this series if she won tonight. Because if you don't know in this series, and I have not brought this up in Buffalo Wild Wings and Trucks, and I'll go ahead and bring this up. So we talked about the danger zone. If you finish bottom 5, you would be losing your charter, blah, blah, blah. Exception is if you win a race and you are in the danger zone, you are safe. Then that would put the next driver who's in danger. So think about this. Ari Springer wins tonight. She guarantees her safety. But like I said, I do not know who would be in the danger zone after this season. That's going to be something we'll have to figure out when we cross that bridge. Because you have to exclude all the real people who are in Foster's, like Fitzy, myself, Zachary Taylor, etc., etc. So that's something we'll have to look at. Hannah Blue Jays, Kevin Joseph's dead last. So I think the 5 drivers the drivers in the danger zone are Kevin Joseph, Timothy Grenville, Hannah Blue Jay, because I'm excluding some of these people who are not running the full schedule, Lisa Gonzalez and Soraya Itzmed, I believe, and Emmy Lipson is on the bubble. That's the drivers who are in danger of dropping down to the Buffalo Wild Wings series as things stand. Because like I said, one topic we don't normally discuss that we should be discussing is who would be the 5 drivers dropping down to the Buffalo Wild Wings series. It was going to be 10, but I thought, 10 could, or no, actually it would be 10. So it was Kevin Joseph, Timothy Grenville, Hannah Blue Jay, Lisa Gonzalez, Soraya Itzmed. So, plus these 5 here. Emmy Lipson, Manny Rivera, Rookie William Johnson, Dora Marquez, and Stephanie Robertson. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So those are the 10 drivers as things stand that are in the danger zone. Because here's the thing, for Buffalo Wild Wings series, if you make it to the Elite 8, you are automatically going up to the series. And because we were having divisions this season, we did not have a rookie bash, which is a shame, but that's okay. Lincoln Continental looking for their first win of the season. And then we'll document who would be the drivers in the danger zone for Buffalo Wild Wings, because I'm going to make a couple of edits this season. So, for Buffalo Wild Wings series, it will be top 10 as far as drivers moving up to this series. For trucks, it will be top 5. Buffalo Wild Wings series, as far as drivers in the danger zone, will be bottom 5. Same rule will apply for the truck series. Some of these drivers not having good runs here today. R.A. Springer with 4 to go, trying to hold off Bo Van Gesset. So R.A. Springer running in Buffalo Wild Wings series having a really sucky season, but really doing good here tonight as we got 4 to go, 3 to go next time by when we cross the line. Lincoln Continental trying to pick up their first win of the season. They did go to victory lane, I believe. I don't know who went to victory lane. I'll have to look at their stats from last season. Here we go, 3 laps to go. I think Gessett just ran his tires too hard trying to, because of all that battling. I think he doesn't have any tires left to try to chase down the 19 Lincoln. And remember, a driver who missed the season opener won the title, so it's possible. 2 laps to go. Cody Smart, who's not racing tonight, nervously watching. I can bet you he's nervous watching his driver, a former Truck Series champion in Ari Springer. Of course, Buffalo Wild Wings has not gone according to plan. White flag here in the part-time race. One more time around. Does Bo Van Gessett have anything left on that 037 as he's trying to battle for the race lead? He's got one more shot in the turn number 3. Can he make the move? Looks like the answer is no. First win of the season for Lincoln Continental, and Ari Springer gets her first career win in the Monster Energy Series. Cody Smart has to be delighted. When he announced he had formed a new partnership with Lincoln, it took him 4 races. Ari Springer's first career win, and first time this season, Lincoln Continental goes to victory lane. I believe Lincoln went to victory lane in Oreo Cup Series with Soraya Itzman, so nice start to the season for Lincoln. And now the question is, did Ari Springer lock herself a spot into the playoffs? We'll have to wait and see. Standings are now official. Ari Springer, first career win and first on the season. Bo Van Gessett, so close, but those two had a great battle, so those two can't be disappointed. This is good news for Bo Van Gessett. This is going to help him in points. Prudence Littlejohn led from the start of the race, but the yellow came out, got passed by Gessett and Ari Springer, but she will be on the podium in third. Andrea Baranowski is fourth, Anne Maria fifth, Frida Suarez sixth, Diego Marquez seventh, Brian Gomez, Ricky Cervantes, and Sydney Vortex completed the top 10. Then it was Monica Towns, Henry Williams, and Bridget Thomas, Mandry Campbell. Last car in the lead lap in 14th. Looks like Heather Galloway took her car behind the wall before the race came to an end. A camshaft blew on her car, and Chelsea Richards retired out of the race due to the only yellow we had here in tonight's first of 4 races. So, Ari Springer has done herself wonders. We'll see what this is going to do as we're going to get ready to get the grid set up for Division 1. And while I'm getting Division 1 set up, get ready for our second of 4 races here tonight. Let's hope we don't have any technical problems like we did at Vegas. Shut up, official. They're already in their cars. They've been in their cars for quite some time. Dummy official. So, Ari Springer in Gatorade victory lane. Let's see what's going to happen here in the Division 1 race. As the command has already been given. Excuse me. And there's the Division 1 gang. Samantha Maple on the pole position. Let me look here. Springer was 50th, so she might have just got a playoff spot. Let's see. Samantha Maple, this is her second pull in a row, so she pulled a Prudence Littlejohn from last week. Alongside of her is Lauren Chamberlain, the 4. Then we have Tico Jumiaka and Riley Anderson in row 2. Here's the rest of your starting lineup. I forgot to change paint schemes on the 32, but that's okay. I'll change it after this race weekend is done. Lisa Gonzalez, one of those drivers, need good runs. Lita Bakai came in that critical spot in the points, top 60. Annie Einstein needs a good run. Darby King needs to start turning her season around. June Einstein, our winner from Atlanta, outside the top 60 in points, trying to get back in the top 60 in points after, and now her win as of now would not count towards a spot in the playoffs. Nina Cambridge, who took part in the, I don't know if she did take part in Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm going to have to double check the points. No, Nina Cambridge did not make the race in Buffalo Wild Wings yesterday. Number of drivers didn't make the race for Buffalo Wild Wings that are in this field. Jacob Tutu is one of them. Riley Anderson will make a start next week at Auto Club. As now Division 1 rolling off another 63 laps. So we went 1 yellow so far tonight. Of course, and I forgot to bring this up, and I'll go ahead and bring this up. You can check down the description to see what time I put the race links on. If I forget, then you can watch the whole video in one fell swoop. Make sure nobody has a mechanical problem. There's Hattie Swore, who won our most recent truck race last week at Las Vegas. We will see her racing at Martinsville after next week's race at Auto Club as the green flag is out for the Division 1 drivers. Excuse me. Man, Maple is gone. We talked about Ari Springer winning her first career race. Well, Samantha Maple could also put her name in that conversation. Quincy Einstein raced one here the last time we had a night race, and that was the Division 3 race. Remember, Jacob Tutu, when we were here in 2016, he got dumped on the last lap. Hopefully that won't be the case. Let's go on board of Jacob Tutu in the full throttle cam. Right in front of him is Pablo Massa trying to pass O'Neal Balvin. This will be Balvin's last race in this ride. Bella Santiago will take over the driving duties starting next race. Marion Jamestown came awful close of getting into Alexandria Van Dam and her teammate Darby King. Darby King's had a couple of rough races so far this season. And Samantha Maple is gone. There's Riley Anderson, the 36. Will be coming to her home state next week. A lot of drivers from California that will be racing in front of their home crowds. Riley Anderson being one of them. She's from San Francisco. Nathan Orman is another. Jackie Tang is another. Timmy Turner, who you will see later in the night. Another California-born driver. So we'll see how that will go for him. Audi this season has yet to go to victory lane with any of the RPM cars or with any of the satellite teams affiliated with RPM. Samantha Maple would be one of them. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. Up Jake Putnam. Oh, Jake, what are you doing, son? Did Jake Putnam... Okay, I was about to go to say, did Jake Putnam pull what I saw in yesterday's Buffalo Wild Wings Series race? Doesn't look like he did. So Jake Putnam did not do what J.J. Park did yesterday, and looks like he gets in the wall, got a little shot from Ivory Walker. That's male abuse. Darby King jammed on the brakes and missed that 28, so nice wreck avoidance. As the rest of the field is trying to catch up to the pace car. Noah Tutu's at the back of the field. I'm going to put this on TV too. It is a warm night here, so the temperatures have gone up. Another wreck we saw on the front straightaway like we saw in the first race. Just got the 1-to-go signal. We'll be going back to green flag racing soon. That is our second caution of the night involving an incident on the front straightaway. Don't think we'll see that. Don't think we're gonna be done with yellow flags on the front straightaway like in the other two races we'll have coming up after this one. As we're back to green. Anderson second. Third is Tico Jumiaka. Chamberlain fourth. Amanda Wallace in fifth. Of course, Amanda Wallace took part in yesterday's Buffalo Wild Wings Series race. Unfortunately, didn't get the finish she would have liked. So she's like Ari Springer. Let's try to have a better result tonight. When you don't run well in Buffalo Wild Wings Series, but you do well here in the Monster Energy Series, that's a big slap to the face. As Amanda Wallace trying to pass Lauren Chamberlain. There's Ben Tennyson. Last week was a difficult race for both of the Bahamas racing cars, as neither him or his teammate and team owner, Paulette Burrows, had a good result. So both of those drivers looking to bounce back. Let me check the points here. I don't think Audi's been to victory lane this season, that I know. Let's see. Ish Taylor's a definite no. As I look at the points. Ish Taylor's not been to victory lane this season. Oh, yellow's out for the second time tonight. Third in the event. Another wreck on the front straightaway. Oh, black smoke. That's not a good sign. Zach Underwood's not been to victory lane. Yeah, Audi has not been to victory lane. Who's the yellow for this one? Nick Batson's torn up. He's the one that had the black smoke. And looks like he got turned by Paulette Burrows, which her car started getting tight. And hard in the inside wall goes the Weebly Lakoya. And PCSRA did the smart thing because that was in a dangerous spot. Throw the caution. Not a good return for Nick Batson, unfortunately. Good grief. As Nick is out of his car and okay. However, his night is going to come to a sadful end. Yeah, Ish Taylor's not been to victory lane. Zach Underwood's not been to victory lane. I'm trying to find, what's his name? Troy King. That's the other driver I'm thinking of. Unless Troy has not made a start. Troy King has not made a start. So no, Audi has not been to victory lane this season. And Troy King is going to make his first start of the season next week at Auto Club. That's another driver I forgot to put in the roster. But we'll see him next week. Of course, Troy King was supposed to be in the Buffalo Wild Wings series season, but could not attain a ride anywhere. And so he's going to run run Monster Energy races until he gets a ride for the Buffalo Wild Wings series. Of course, Troy King does not have a ride anywhere, so there you go. Out of the race is Nick Batson. So he's going to take a hit in the points. 91st in points. That's not the run he would have liked. Hopefully this doesn't become a recurring theme tonight where we have rookie drivers that have never won in this series get their first career wins here in the Monster Energy Series. There's Nina Cambridge. I believe Cambridge failed to Cambridge failed to qualify. Oh, Paulette Burrows slapped the wall off turn number 4. There's Hattie Swore. Hattie Swore running for the championship in the Truck Series and also in this series as well. Hattie's supposed to make some more starts in the Buffalo Wild Wings series. Bella Santiago, by the way, will be taking over the 04 duty starting next week. Because Baldwin's only scheduled to run 3 races as Quincy Einstein got slapped the wall. And Bella Santiago will get a playoff waiver. Oh, God. Were they 4 wide nearly? Good grief. They were about to go 4 wide, but they kept it together, thankfully. Oh, boy. Oh, Leela Bakai getting moved up the track as she nearly got collected by Mackenzie Thompson, the 004. There's Van Dam. Makoto Tanaka had a disappointing run yesterday, trying to redeem herself today, or tonight, I should say. Ben Tennyson having a great run tonight. There's Sam Johnson, and Tico Jumiaka just now took second away. But all up front, it's still Samantha Maple. This 09 team last season, the Amp Energy Audi, never found victory lane way down the points table, so she's got a big lead on Tico Jumiaka. Of course, Tico's running in the Truck Series. Don't think Tico has raced in Buffalo Wild Wings series. As Samantha Maple is pulling away, let's go on board with the 09. Of course, this ride last season was driven by Marco Diaz. However, Diaz doesn't have a full-time ride anywhere. He did race in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race yesterday. Marco Diaz will be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the season. There has been some discussions that Marco Diaz will not be returning to any PCSRA series next season if he is unable to find a ride anywhere that's full-time. He'll try to find a full-time ride. but he may be asked to fill in for. He could get some more starts in the Buffalo Wild Wings series because he has the Champions Provisional. Because he is a former Buffalo Wild Wings series champion. See how Jacob Tutu's doing. Not doing well. Jacob's in the last time I scored in the 32nd position. Of course, his sister, Emma Tutu, if you weren't with us for yesterday's Buffalo Wild Wings series, his sister got in trouble with race control. And why did I say that? Because the driver I just got done mentioning, Marco Diaz, he got wrecked by Jacob's sister, Emma, which Jacob was visibly angry at his sister, and rightfully so. And Emma Tutu has really not improved her behavior since 2016, to the certain surprise of nobody in this damn paddock. So that is a bit of a shame. So, and there's a good chance that, Marco Diaz might have to take over that 96. And may end up giving Hattie Swore, or not Hattie Swore. Of course, Hattie's still learning here in the Monster Energy Series. And while this race is going on, we're past the halfway point. We understand from the officials, Samantha Greenville's not having a good run, and that's not good for Samantha Greenville. And the reason I bring her name up is because as I look at the points here, Samantha Greenville, not the run she would have liked here tonight. But I was told today, I just got told today, Jacob Tutu, along with his brother Noah, was called for a pre-race meeting with Patrick Watson in the big green truck. They were not in trouble for anything they did. They were asked to meet with Patrick Watson in the big green truck for a discussion on why let's try it again. Emma Tutu, not Emmy Lipson. Apologies, Emmy. Emmy Lipson, you'll see later. But they were talking about Emma Tutu, and for what happened yesterday was why Noah and Jacob were asked to see Patrick Watson alone in the big green truck. And there were some discussions what was going to happen to Emma Tutu in regards of that little incident. Apparently, what we were told today, just before, we were told this afternoon before Patrick Watson had the drivers' meeting, was that Emma Tutu has been ejected from that ride as far as the 96 ride is concerned. Of course, that ride is from Hall of Fame Racing. So I bet Hall of Fame Racing wasn't too happy with what Emma Tutu did. And it was confirmed today, Emma Tutu has been ejected from that 96 ride. And rightfully so. And apparently what happened after the race, of course, after we went off the air, was that Emma Tutu committed not only male abuse, but she also shoved, but also committed more male abuse because she struck a crew member on the 96 team. Because apparently, I don't know what she said on the radio about the 78. Because apparently what happened is she was trying to get back around the pace car. Marco Diaz was in the way. Of course, Marco Diaz wasn't happy with Emma Tutu. And of course, Emma Tutu also got shoved by Marco Diaz. And Marco Diaz was called to the big black and yellow truck for his actions. And I have a very good feeling he might be not racing the Truck Series race at Martinsville. So those two drivers didn't like each other, and now both of them have been parked. And yeah, oh, and a note from Patrick Watson, what he told me was those two drivers, for their actions yesterday in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race, are not subject to an appeal. Looks like Annie Einstein just got the wall there, as she's got some right side damage on her Mitsubishi Lancer. Right behind her is her best friend and teammate June Einstein. But Annie Einstein's had a struggling start to the season, as she's trying to get her season turned back around. Back up front, Samantha Maple currently lead as we got 20 laps to go, and she has pulled out to a massive lead as we're going to go back on board with her. So now comes the question, who's going to be in that 96 starting at Auto Club? And also, who's going to be in the 78? Because I was given the penalty form today, just before I made my way up to the booth to get ready to call tonight's division races here at Phoenix. And the penalties were as follows. Of course, Emma Tutu was ejected, and she was also arrested here at the track after the fight happened, because the police got involved and arrested her, in which she also resisted arrest. So we're going to have to see what kind of consequences Emma Tutu is going to have, because I believe she might have just gotten suspended indefinitely by the officials. And Emma Tutu, as I said, she has not learned her lesson from what happened in 2016. So I would not say I'm surprised about this move, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised about any move that the officials got. So, and yep, just got this over the headset. They have suspended Emma Tutu indefinitely after she got arrested yesterday. Marco Diaz, I bet you he's going to be suspended, and because he's not entered in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, that suspension will carry over to the next race he tries to attempt. That would be Martinsville, so he'll be sitting out Martinsville. And Zachary Taylor is going to have to find a substitute driver, or the truck is going to end up withdrawing as a result. So Taylor's not going to be happy with Marco Diaz. But to be fair, Marco Diaz should not be doing that to a female driver, especially Jacob's little sister, which Jacob was not impressed. Neither was his brother. One thing you don't do is piss off Jacob Tutu. Of course, Jacob Tutu and Elijah Gore, not two good friends, I can tell you that for sure. Because remember, when Jacob Tutu cut off Elijah, they set off a massive accident at Atlanta, which ended up getting Jacob Tutu put on probation for the rest of that season. There's Jacob. Not the run he's having. Tonight's not been a good night for Jake. Not been a good night for Quincy. I'm a little disappointed. We're gonna go on board with Hattie Swore. Not a good night for oh, somebody just hit the wall off turn number 4. That was Timothy Grenville. Grenville's had a rough night here tonight. Boy, whatever Samantha Maple's team did on this car last night, boy, they got it really good. They've dialed that car in really good tonight. And she's looking really good as far as winning this race is concerned. She just put Jake Putnam, who brought out the most recent caution, a lap down. Not a good night for Jake Putnam, former AutoZone Amateur Series champ. Understand Lisa Gonzalez and Anne Marie, or no, Lisa Gonzalez is out with a header. Yeah, she blew a header, and of course Nick Batson's out of the race with a damage. How big is that lead? 12 seconds. Good grief. That 09 team is really fast out of the trailer. She's ran a 27.7. That has been her fastest lap of the race. Unless anyone can stop her, it looks like Samantha Maple will make it 2 for 2 in rookies as far as winning this race is concerned. The last thing, however, Samantha Maple does not want to see is a caution. Because we're inside of 10 to go and all restarts are single file. Good run for Darby King, a driver who's been on a struggle in the last 2 weeks. I've seen Nathan Norman go over to Darby and say, "Don't worry, Darby, you're a rookie. I know you're learning." But she's doing a better job here tonight. So I look at the running order. 35 on the lead lap, 40 in the race. Of course, Lisa Gonzalez and Nick Batson are behind the wall out of the race. Gonzalez with an engine failure. Batson because of his accident on the front straightaway. So, yeah. Boy, that 09 is quick. That 09 is on a mission. And Samantha Maple is on a mission to win this race here tonight. And just in case my battery starts to get low, I'll put it on the charger. Wait a minute, let me do this. There we go. It'll say when it's charging or not. Samantha Maple on a mission here tonight. Coming up to 3 laps of racing to go. I'll check and see if my phone's charging after this race is done. Samantha Maple. Boy, was she amped up for this race here tonight. Of course, Nina Cambridge, will see her racing next week at Castle Gorge before she heads down to Auto Club. She'll be the only driver that's not going to Auto Club. She's going to Castle Gorge up in Seattle. And, of course, Prudence Littlejohn will be driving the pace car up there next week before they make the... because Littlejohn will not be racing at Auto Club next week. Jackie Tang will be the driver of that, as we're going to come to the white flag here in this race. A dominant run for Samantha Maple. And unless she has any troubles, it looks really good for Audi. White flag in the air one more time around Phoenix here in Division 1. And Audi will go to victory lane for the first time this season as long as Maple makes it home. Good run for Amanda Wallace here tonight. But she cannot overcome a 14-second lead, as here's Samantha Maple rounding turn 4. Audi goes to victory lane for the first time this season with a rookie driver in Samantha Maple, who will take the Division 1 race here tonight at Phoenix. And Samantha Maple, who came into this race 96 in the points. Boy, she needed a good run and then some. Did Samantha Maple possibly lock herself a spot into the playoffs, providing she gets in the top 60 in points? Standings are now official. Good run for Samantha Maple, the winner. Amanda Wallace came home in second. A nice run from her. Sam Johnson, Morgan Henderson, Tico Jumiaka completes the top 5. Then it was Chamberlain, Riley Anderson, Ben Tennyson, Tony Lopez, and Makoto Tanaka completed the top 10. The rest of the top 15 were Vanellope Von Schweetz, Katsuro Mirwes, Hazel Triggs, Darby King, and Pablo Massa. And then the rest of the top 20 was June Einstein, Mackenzie Thompson, Alexandria Van Dam, Marion Jamestown, and Annie Einstein. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, 30 cars finished the race on the lead lap. Timothy Grenville was the last car to finish on the lead lap. Quincy Einstein, Crystal Fontaine, Nina Cambridge, Noah Tutu, Paulette Burrows, Ivory Walker, Dora Marquez, Annie McGinnis, Jake Putnam, and Samantha Greenville were the only cars that finished a lap down. And 2 drivers finished out of the race, did not even finish the race. Lisa Gonzalez due to a header, and Nick Matson due to a crash. Now let's get ready for the Division 2 race. Make sure I'm just doing a quick check. Oh, Papadoo. While we're in the intermission, I'm going to go ahead and change some paint schemes for next week. Okay, anybody in this division that I need to change paint schemes? Probably not. Probably Kenneth Ayers. And we'll get some new drivers into the roster starting next week. Oh, Red Riding Hood's in this ride. Before I forget. There we go. And then William Johnson is in this ride. Sorry, I was trying to get the division, roster for another series. Yeah. Let's do this part-time. You'll be in that right next week. Alright. Alright, looking good. Alright, now we got the Division 2 grid situated. Okay, that is our grid. As long as my laptop does not glitch.
Drivers, to your cars.
Alright. And it's a World NOS Racing front row. Brittany White, Chloe Erickson on the front row. And command has already been given. I'm going to pause it. Alright. Okay. So Chloe Erickson, good news, Chloe Erickson has been cleared to race after her accident last week. Isabel Colombo in the 77 and Erica Douglas in the 49. Douglas, we're being told, will be driving the 96 for the rest of the season in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. She will get a waiver in the process. Here's the rest of your starting grid. Gwen Tennyson in this field. Abby Goodman making her second start, made her debut last week. The 94, I'm going to make sure I say this name right. Prima Rossi making her second start, made her debut last week, didn't get the finish she would have liked. Emily Hong, also a driver who made her debut last week in her second start. Jesse and Sean Art will be in that ride, in those rides, the 57 to 58, starting next week at Auto Club. Max Lipson, who ran well in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race here yesterday. This would be Max Lipson's final start of the season for now. Leo Einstein in the 78. I forgot to change his paint scheme, but that's all right. And Hannah Blue Jay completes the field. Made her first start last week after missing Atlanta due to a COVID-19 positive test. Let's get the field going. So, yeah. And now the field's rolling off. So, a World NOS Racing front row. Should also need to mention, if he's in this field, I'll need to mention him. No, he's not in this field. Okay, I'll mention this right now. Following Las Vegas, we'll get to him in we'll get to him in the deal, but we'll talk about Ben Erickson in the process. Oh, I should mention, following the race weekend at are they coming to green? I'm going to go ahead and pause this real quickly. Following the division race at shit, I'm trying to think, who is it? Let me see. There was a driver who was the driver who dumped Chloe Erickson, I forgot. Manny, I think it was Manny Rivera. Yeah, Manny Rivera. Rivera has been placed on probation. I'm going to go to the helicopter move. Yeah, forgot to mention Manny Rivera has been placed on probation for dumping Chloe Erickson at Las Vegas recklessly on the first lap of the race. So he is on probation. If he causes another wreck like he did last week, he will be suspended from Auto Club. So I want to point that out. So Manny Rivera trying to be on his best behavior as we're now heading down the back straightaway for the first time. It is a World Nos Racing front row. Oh, yellow's out already. Oh, we had a stack up. Well, this is bizarre. Oh, boy. Oh, and Emmy Lipson got turned. Oh, no, they're wrecking. Coming to yellow. Oh, no, this is the big wreck. Emily Elizabeth's torn up. I was supposed to have had a new driver in that ride, but I will for Auto Club. Boy, what happened on the start here? Okay, who the hell made it 3 wide on the first lap of the damn race? All right, red flag. I gotta throw the red flag. All right, let's see. Oh, 51 didn't get going. This would explain. What was that, Emily? Emily Elizabeth just made it 3 wide and just pulled down into somebody. Who was that did she pull down? That was Chloe Bumgarner. I think she had a problem. Let's see. Let's see here. We're going to investigate this one. Apparently, I don't know if she had a problem like a tire going down or something, because there would be no other way why she would be coming down. And then I don't know why she... Thank you, Steven. I don't know why she pulled down the Chloe Bumgarner like that. Yeah, that I think race control is going to have to take a look at that one. And just puts the Subway Audi in the wall and collects Amber Downey. Betty Johnson did a great job missing that. Hannah Blue Jay missed it. So the caution already came out, but then somebody turned Emmy Lipson around. We're going to see that in a second. Race control just assured me they will look at that incident right now, as that incident's under investigation. Nice motivational tutor, Steven. As we're going to take a look here. Emmy's going to get... Looks like Scoutmaster got tight, so I'm going to dismiss that.
Oops, sorry. Wrong switch. Nice dirt on me.
Best part is you did on my recording. Anyway, Scoutmaster got in the 92. That sent Soraya Itmed around. Melissa Coop. Or is that... No, I'm sorry. That's Sierra Harris. And they got some damage. Jazz Sugartown's got some damage. That's not good for Jazz because she is in... She could fall out of the top 60 in the points. As Brittany White leads us. First caution of the race on lap 1. Was not expecting that on the first lap of the race. Not sure what that was all about between the 51 and the 84. Officials have told me incident involving cars 51 and 84 under investigation. So I don't know if the 51 was coming down pit road or what, but she was in line, and apparently, I don't know if she's angry at Chloe. I don't know what she did. I don't know what Chloe Bumgarner did to her. Nobody out of the race. And Emily Elizabeth was sent to the tail end of the longest line for that. Emmy Lipson has been, or not Emmy Lipson, excuse me. Emily Elizabeth has been called to the big green truck for a discussion with the officials for that little altercation with her and the 84. Not sure what was going on between those two. And Chloe Bumgarner just added her name to the list of the drivers that has been called to the big green truck for a discussion with the officials once our last race is done tonight. So, yeah, I really want to know what that was really all about between the 84 and the 51. Of course, Mia Watts is supposed to have a run in the 80 or in the 51, but because she's driving the 61 this season, that plan went null and void. As the 51 just popped the wall. That's a tough break for Chloe Bumgarner, who had to come to pit road to repair some of the damage. Let's go on board the 87. Excuse me. Been live for 81 minutes. Damn. There's Emmy Lipson, who got damage. Don't think the fans are going to be happy with that, because the officials normally don't take too kindly to first lap pileups like that, but I mean, that was the start of the race, so I just don't understand why the 51 had to go down into the 94 or go down into the 84 like that. Excuse me there. And both of them have been asked to see, because Chloe Bumgarner has not been saying any nice things on the radio of the 51. Yellow's out for the second time in this race. It's like we had a wreck on the front straight away. Yep. Chet Collingwood's torn up. Emily Hung torn up. There's our second yellow of the race. A lot of damage to the Boston Market Diet Dr. Pepper Chevrolet of Chet Collingwood. Let's see. This car got tight, just came up, got in the 57. And just took both cars in the wall. 87 got some air out of that. Emily Hung, the black smoke erupted on that 57. Looks like her night is going to sadly come to an end. Yep, a lot of damage to that. Damn it, I can't get to her. A lot of damage to the, can't tell what that sponsor is. A lot of damage to that Toyota, though, and she is done for the night. I bet Chet Collingwood's also probably going to be done for the night as well. Back to green. 57 is now out of the race and will have to go to the care center, so tough break for her. She is running some limited starts. Jesse Art will be back in that car for Auto Club along with her brother Sean. They're running a part-time schedule because they are Foster Series competitors. Damn it. I was trying to get to the camera and I hit the wrong button. Oh, crash! Jazz Sugartown just wrecked the 52 of Nicholas Dutch and Alonso Carrera. Cautions out again. Some of these drivers are racing back to the caution. Another caution. And Brittany White will lead us back to the yellow flag for the third time tonight. Basically, we already saw what happened. 52 gets in the 48. 48 comes down, gets Jazz Sugartown. 52 in the inside wall with the 48. Sugartown nearly got collected. So that was on the 48 who caused that. So that won't be female abuse. Well, technically it should, but it's not. Put that back on the standings, though. Don't know why I had the entry list out for some reason. Alright, going back to green. Nobody out of the race from that incident. Back to green here at Phoenix. Now the question's going to be, will my laptop not glitch and be a derping hyena like it did last week at Las Vegas? And we got another, stack up. Erickson has stalled. That's Chloe Erickson who stalled. That caused a stack up back here. Tough break for Chloe Erickson. 2 weeks in a row she's had problems. But unlike Las Vegas, see what happened here. Oh, she blew up. She did the smart move. But who was that on the apron? Oh, Sally Foster was on the apron. Somebody turned Foster. Apparently, oh, looks like, let's see, did she pass somebody before the line? Close call. Some drivers nearly pass before the start-finish line, which you're not supposed to do. You're supposed to pass to the right, not to the left. So Mike Chilton has taken the lead from Brittany White. Abby Goodman, the 58. This will be her second start of the year. She will not be at Auto Club because Jesse Art, who drives this number in the Foster Series, she'll be in that ride next week. Of course, the Triple P panelists are limited to 10 races a season. There's Nicholas Dutch. Jazz Sugartown's got no hood on her Audi. On her low dollar Audi. And contact between... Oh, crash! Sally Foster, Betty Johnson have crashed on the front straightaway. Yellow flag again. Nicholas Dutch failed to use the brakes. More damage to Nicholas Dutch. Sally Foster got collected. That's female abuse charged to the 52. Soraya got the wall. Nowhere for Betty Johnson to go. Then they come down, get Sally Foster. Oh, Sandy Stewart plowed into her teammate. Well, that's the only excuse you can come up with. Stephanie Robertson got a piece of it. Alonso Carrera, can somebody quit hitting Sally Foster? And then I don't know why Nicholas Dutch can't slow down. Boy, Sally Foster getting ping-ponged around like a ping-pong ball. Goodness me. I should go ahead and say Ben Erickson was placed on probation, by the way, for his little involvement. Because I don't think he was done roughing up Manny Rivera after the race. Speaking of after the race, looks like Chloe Erickson blew her camshaft and Nicholas Dutch has taken his car behind the wall. Nicholas Dutch has been called to the big green truck for not using his brakes, which, let's be honest, he definitely didn't slow down, so. Stephanie Robertson got a piece of it. Bad night for Brianna Knight Motorsports, just got worse. Betty Johnson, not the run she would have liked. Getting caught up in an incident. Talk about a bad night for World NOS Racing, just got worse. Bad night for Einstein Lancer Racing, of course. Quincy had a rough night. Annie and June Einstein finished in the top 20. Leo Einstein's 22nd. Chloe Carmichael, after a good run yesterday, running really well again. Mike Chilton. Boy, Sally Foster, I bet, had to be dizzy after getting plonked around by numerous amount of drivers. We've had more cautions in this race versus the other two. We're already past the halfway point. We got one more race to go for tonight. We're getting down to crunch time here, boys and girls. Mike Chilton still leads over Brittany White, in second. Mike Chilton, former winner this season. I believe he won either last week or the race before at Atlanta. I'm going to double check that to be confirmed to make sure. He won the... No, Jazz Sugartown won the race last week. So he won the race at Atlanta. Yeah, he did. Okay. So as things stand, he is now a driver that is unofficially possibly could join Valentina Fernandez, excuse me, as a two-time winner here in this chase for the championship. Coming towards the end of this one here in the Division 2, in the Division 2 race, and then we'll have our final race of the night. And these fans will head home, and these drivers will head to Auto Club. They got a big lead over third place. That is Erica Douglas. Good run for Erica. On board Brittany White here. Mike Chilton currently lead, trying to join Valentina Fernandez as a two-time winner this season. Excuse me. I'm ready to go to bed after this race weekend is done. Damn it, I was trying to get to the 55. There we go. Wonder how the points are going to be like heading into next week. I bet you they've been shaken up like a hot potato. Brittany White has to find a way to get around the 55. They'll be catching some lap traffic before this is all said and done. As I said, they have a 6-second lead, almost 7-second lead on third place, Erica Douglas. There she is. Brittany White may be falling into the clutches unless lap traffic can't get out of the way of the 55, and she might take advantage. Let's go on board the 45, excuse me. Oh, Alonso holding up Brittany White. That helped Mike Chilton. That's not going to please Brittany White. Chet Collingwood will be coming up if they're pretty soon. Brittany White trying to catch up to the 45 as we got 2 laps to go. It's been a quiet night so far. We're going to have the white flag next time by for Mike Chilton, trying to get his second win of the season. Brittany White trying to get her first. Brittany White's there. She just needs the lap traffic to hold up Mike Chilton. White flag one more time around for the 55. Looks like 55 might have this in the bag. Unless Sally Foster says otherwise. Doesn't look like Brittany White's going to get this right. Will not catch the 55. It'll be his second win of the season. Mike Chilton will win here tonight at Phoenix. his second one of the season, and he might have solidified himself a spot into the chase for the championship. What a race here tonight. Mike Chilton goes to victory lane here tonight. Brittany White so close, but will have to settle for second. Abby Goodman, good run from her in third. Lulu Champagne fourth, great run from her. Good run for Erica Douglas in fifth. Then it was Lisa Simpson, Prima, let me make sure I say this name right. Prima Rossi gets a top 10 in seventh. Holly Wilkins 8th, Kevin Joseph 9th, Brooklyn Carter 10th. Kevin Joseph, well-needed run for a driver who was in the danger zone entering this race. Good run for Brooklyn Carter. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, 36 cars finished on the lead lap. Sally Foster was the last of those. Chet Collingwood, Alonzo Carrera, and Kenneth Ayers finished off the lead lap. Not sure what happened to Kenneth Ayers. That's a tough break for the 72 team. 3 drivers finished out of the race: Nicholas Dutch, Chloe Erickson, and Emily Hong. Dutch and Hong released from the care center. Dutch has been ordered to meet with race control. Same with Emily Elizabeth. And Chloe Erickson had a mechanical problem. So let's get ready for the final race of the night for division number 3. Actually, I got to figure out why I have 41 cars before we start. Oh yeah, because I had a little error. That's probably why. So let's fix this while we're at it. I'll put Elena Seitz in the 82. So now we know who's going to be in the 82. Okay, 42. Make sure there's no mix-up. All right. Final race of the night.
Drivers,
Thought my NR game was about to crash like it did last week. Thankfully, it didn't. Hermione Sweet's on the pole alongside Courtney Lynn. Final race tonight, and then we will wrap up our broadcast after tonight's race. All right, let's get to the grid. So Courtney Lynn, Hermione Sweet on the front row, Betty Barrett and Quentin Honeysett in row 2. Here's the rest of your grid. Ben Erickson, as I mentioned, was placed on probation for punching Manny Rivera in the face following Las Vegas. There's our points leader, Fernandez. Then the guy who was trying to run her down for the points lead right there, Luke Knight, in second. There's Luke Knight, second in points. Whitney Wolf, who won last week at Las Vegas in this main. Car number 61 this week, driven by Leslie Gordon. Of course, Leslie Gordon Looking forward to making her debut in this series. As is Alien Ascitor, making her first start of the season. We'll see how these two will do tonight. Lauren Ekstrom White Garcia completes our field. Let's get these cars going. 63 to go here in this main event, or in this event here tonight. Pull up my calculator real quick. These drivers combine the 4 races, 252 laps. So almost like a short track race at Richmond is what this race is. It's going to be fun processing all this shit. It's been a long night here tonight at Phoenix. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm ready to go to Auto Club. All right, pace cars off. One final race here tonight at Phoenix as we will finish our weekend. We're green here in the final race of the night. Final division race of the night, my friends. Hopefully we don't have a yellow like we had in that. Oh, Bouvier's got a problem. Violet Jackson's got an issue. Tire problem. That's a tough break for her. And Bouvier came to a stop, so not sure what was wrong. Tough break for those two. In particular, Bouvier, who came in this race third in the points, that's really going to be a bad night for her in points. As the 035 led the first lap, I think the 083 might have gotten on the lead. Nope, she's lapped down. Because there she is in the grass, trying to not get run over. And now she's a lap down. Excuse me. And has the 900 returned to the race? Yes is the answer. So all 42 cars are on track and up to speed. Not sure what was wrong with the... Oh, trouble! Ben Erickson just turned not the 093. Oh, no. Annabelle Griffin just piled in. Caution's out. Brenda Evelyn's torn up. Wyatt Beanstalk, Strawberry Lawson, Sandy Stewart. Therese is in it. Timmy Turner's collected. Well, don't know how I'm going to explain this one about Ben Erickson. Of course, Ben Erickson was on probation. Let's see. I don't know if that would be... I don't know if Ben Erickson would cause a collision, even though he punched Manny Rivera last week. Or did the 093 not give the give room? Probably didn't give room. Whatever the case, there's how Brenda Evelyn got involved. Therese comes down, gets Strawberry Lawson. That's what stacked everybody out. Timmy Turner got involved. I think Violet Jackson popped the wall, so a bad night just got worse for Violet. Let's see. I think she did get the wall. Yep. And that's how Brenda Evelyn got turned. She got hooked by Wyatt Beanstalk. I think Beanstalk was trying to avoid the collision. And then Sandy Stewart got the 083. So it's already gotten worse for the 83 team. The 083 team, excuse me. Well, that was an interesting start to the race, now wasn't it? And Violet Jackson had a tire going down, coming to the green, so that was a tough break. So that's strike one. Gets involved in an incident, not of her own doing. That's strike two, as we just got the one to go signal. Somebody came to pit road. I don't know who that was. Two cars on the inside line. That's Bouvier and Violet Jackson. Drivers out after that incident. Sandy Watson's out of the race. Annabelle Griffin's out of the race. And also Megan Jones out of the race. So, it's up break for Sandy Watson. A bad night for World NOS Racing, just got worse. No penalty for Ben Erickson because it looked like to me, I think that was just 3 wide, not going to work, and drivers weren't giving each other enough room. Looks like Bouvier is up to speed. That's the good news. The bad news is looks like Griffin is not up to speed. Actually, no, let me rephrase that. She is up to speed. She's just trying to hang in there. If Bouvier can get a quick yellow, she can be back on the lead lap. Courtney Lynn trying to get the lead away from the 035 of Hermione Sweet. Nathan Orman Motorsports has yet to go to victory lane this season. And Lynn struggling. This is almost like what we saw earlier tonight with Prudence Littlejohn, who struggled to try to get around Beauvais Guessett. And looks like Courtney Lynn's going to succeed, or is she? And looks like she succeeded. So Courtney Lynn has now taken the race lead. Kelly Moore up here in third. Good start to the race for Kelly. There's Brianna Knight. Her team had a rough night in the last, had a rough race here in the last round. There's Betty Barrett. Courtney Lynn pulling away. Bouvier's leading. Timmy Turner's back here. I bet Timmy wants to forget about tonight. Same with Strawberry Lawson. As there's Vanellope von Schweetz. I think I put her in the wrong division again. Hopefully I didn't. If I did, I do apologize. I have to fix it. May have to put somebody in that other division. Kelly Moore has now taken second. And now she's working underneath the red Mountain Dew Chevrolet. Critical thing for Courtney Lynn. She was fourth in points. See, where's our points leader? 13th. Yellow. Big break for Bouvier. She's back on the lead lap. Looks like Wyatt Garcia, who had a dismal run yesterday in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. I believe he's making his Monster Energy Series debut, if I'm correct. Let me confirm that with you all. I forgot to bring... No, he's making a second start. He made his debut last week. I'm sorry. Looks like he might be the reason for this yellow. Let's see. Yep, he's got right side damage on his Cheerios Dodge. And I wonder who he got spun by. Brenda Eveling. That's male abuse. Or, yeah, it looked like Eveling just got tight and just sent the 40 around. Oh, look out. Wyatt Beanstalk and Vanellope von Schweetz nearly got together. Forgot to mention that other driver who finished 11th. That was actually Shane Lake, so I kind of might have goofed again on the roster. I need to stop doing that. But there's Bouvier. Now she's back in the race. All right. Well, they only got one lapper down there, and looks like the 360. That's Quentin Honey said he has taken his car behind the wall. The engine has gone on that machine. That's another spot for the Violet Jackson machine. Now she's got to hope and pray more drivers have problems, as Courtney Lynn got rudely shoved up the track by Violet. That's going to allow Brianna Knight to possibly take the lead. That's really close. And, oh, that was close, too. Almost a big wreck in front of the leaders. Boy, that's called argy-bargy there, gang. Violet Jackson was trying to get back on the lead lap. That's not going to happen because Brianna Knight just put her back a lap down. So don't think Orman's going to be happy about that. That was some argy-bargy, and now Lynn's going to lose second to Kelly Moore. Violet Jackson's trying to get back on the lead lap, and, well, trying to accomplish that, just argy-bargied up the 24 a bit. Now she's running wide. She might... Ooh, got the wall a little bit. And there's the one-finger salute from the 24 to the 083. Violet Jackson not doing herself any favors by roughing the leaders up. But, I mean, to be fair, she's trying to get back on the lead lap. But you shouldn't be roughing up the leaders like that this early in the race. Good grief. Check back here. And looks like Josephine Bouvier has started working her way up through the field. Of course, got back on the lead lap. Don't know what the problem was. I think it was a tire problem on her machine, which might have just solved why she was struggling. There's Lacey. I think her sister did okay in her race. Leslie Gordon making her debut. Leslie Gordon will be in that ride for the rest of the season, so a nice opportunity from her. We're told that Zachary Taylor will have a press conference before Auto Club to figure out who is going to replace Marco Diaz in that ride. Since Marco Diaz is going to get suspended for his actions on Emma Tutu, who has been ejected from her ride. Could be Lucky Prescott, who had a great run in the Truck Series, going to be possibly going for Rookie of the Year in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, if that is indeed the case. So we'll see who will be in the 96, but some people are telling me that it could be Lucky Prescott after she had a great run at Las Vegas last week. And could be driving that car for the rest of the season. And she'll probably take the points from Emma Tutu in the process, so there you go. Here comes Kelly Moore in the 6. Kelly Moore driving for Mia Watts. Of course, Mia Watts running in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. Not running the full schedule for Monster Energy. Because now Mia Watt's partnering up with Cody Smart after Lauren Ekstrom parted ways with Cody to start her BMW team, which BMW has been really good so far this season, but has yet to go to victory lane this season. See how Bouvier is doing. She's up to 29th. She is stuck behind Violet Jackson, which Violet's not getting out of the way easy. Pretty soon, oh, that was close. As Schweitz nearly turned Bouvier in the wall. That's because Bouvier was getting frustrated with the 083, who can't seem to get out of the way. That was close. That could have been a big wreck. Thankfully, it wasn't. There's London Jackson, who's right behind Betty Barrett ahead of Ben Erickson. Goodness me. Of course, the Triple P drivers, like I said, will make 10 starts. Of course, Desiree will make her first start of the season next week at Las Vegas. Or not Las Vegas, excuse me, Auto Club. And of course, Triple P panelists will not have to worry about the danger zone. Of course, Sandy Stewart has had a good run so far. Because after Dina Vols could not find victory lane and was struggling, Sandy Stewart took over the car for the remainder of the season, did pretty well. As Kelly Moore's going to go for the race lead as we're past the halfway point in this race. Ooh, Bria Knight getting ruffled up by Courtney Lynn. Don't think that was intentional. I think Courtney Lynn's car got a little tight. She got loose and moved the 15 up the track. She might lose another spot. Of course, Mia Watts trying to get her first career win as an owner because Kelly Moore is now the race leader. Well, Brianna Knight held off Courtney Lynn for second. Courtney thought she had the pass made, but the car got tight. And Brianna Knight takes the race lead. The last thing Kelly Moore does not need to see is a caution. Yeah. There's Kelly Moore. Kelly Moore leading this race. Kelly trying to find her first win of the season. Let's see where she's at in points. As I look for Kelly. Let's pull this up. Kelly Moore comes into this race 39th in the point standings. She is safely inside the top 60 in points, which means as things stand, if she wins tonight, she would unofficially be locked into the playoffs, providing she can remain in the top 60 in points, because Mike Chilton has won his second race in 3. Valentina Fernandez is now 10th. Looks like, as things stand, I believe Valentina Fernandez and the guy who was trying to run her down for the points lead is in 9th. So I think Fernandez would still keep the points lead heading into next week at Auto Club. To show the 28 team, they're off to a very consistent start. And I don't know what Fernandez could do. You know, she's trying to go for her 3rd win of the season. She's locked in the playoffs. There's no way, unless a massive penalty happens, that Fernandez could fall outside the top 60 in points. There she is, right behind Luke Knight, who comes in this race 2nd in the points. So Luke Knight will more than likely stay in the top 10 in the points. As Josephine Bouvier is now 29th. She came in this race 3rd in the point standings. Lynn is 4th. I think Courtney Lynn will probably cut the points lead down, but I still believe that the points leader will still be Valentina Fernandez heading into next week at Auto Club. Right now, Kelly Moore currently the leader. Yeah, Fernandez starting to lose some spots here. There's Brianna Knight. There's Whitney Wolf. Not the run she would have liked. She'll probably ill afford a bad finish. Bouvier's problem, ever since she got back on the lead lap, she's not made any progress, and that's a tough break from her. There's the defending champion of the series, Rebecca Hawkins, in 17th. Rebecca Hawkins, only one top 10 this season, 14th in the points, currently outside the cut line. And by the way, for June Einstein finishing 16th, we'll see where this is going to situate her if she's done enough to get herself back in the top 60 in the points for that win at Atlanta to count towards a spot into the playoffs. Of course, we'll have our post-race show with Cody Smart, Nathan Orman, and group and company, as they'll be at Victory Lane to recap our race weekend here tonight with Buffalo Wild Wings and Monster Energy Series. They'll have driver interviews and all that, their final thoughts on this race, and preview Auto Club. Because after this race, I'm heading down. I'll be packing everything up, getting ready to head down to the studio, or head down to the truck. These drivers will head to the dressing room to shower and get ready for bed, because they're going to be staying the night here at Phoenix. And then they'll have their RV drivers bring them to Auto Club next week. As we finish up our PCSRA Goes West, 11 to go. Courtney Lynn already dropped that back to 6, so might have ran her tires too hard, and that's not a good thing. And Kelly Moore trying to get her first career win, if I'm correct. I don't know if she won last season. Let me look. Kelly Moore finished last season, as I look through the points here from last year. Looking for Kelly Moore. Was in 378. Kelly Moore finished last season 144th in points. 1 top 5, 3 top 10s. Never found victory lane. So no, she has never won here in this series. So she's trying to pick up her first career win in this series. I don't know if she won in 2021. I don't think she did. So, no, she's never won in this series. She's looking for career win number 1. And possibly a lock-in spot into the playoffs. Hermione Sweet trying to get a win to get into the playoffs. She came in this race 57th in the points. Wonder when they'll catch Timmy Turner. Wow, this race is almost over. After this, I'm going to bed. God damn, we've been live for a long time. Shit. 3 to go, and the battle for the lead is starting to heat up, but Timmy Turner could possibly get in the way and cause this battle for the win to get interesting. Bet you these drivers are ready to go to Auto Club. We'll be going there in a couple of laps. So these drivers will head to the showers, and then they're heading to Auto Club. 2 to go for the Advocare Chevrolet. Of course, this car made the playoffs, made it, I believe, into the championship race. Let me look at the points. Yep, this chart. Yep. Desiree Voiles made it into the playoffs, made it into the championship race, but came up short in the championship. So if this 6-car wins, possibly as things stand, would be into the playoffs for the 2nd year in a row. White flag in the air one more time around Phoenix and for the final race of the night. The Advocare Chevrolet for Watts Motorsports. This will be their first win of the season. This will be Kelly Moore's first career win and first on the season. And off turn 4, Kelly Moore is going to win the final race of the night and wins Phoenix first win of the season for Watts Motorsports. And now the question is, did Kelly Moore lock herself a spot into this season's chase for the championship, providing she remains top 60 in points? We will have to find out. It's still too early. I'm going to wait for the standings to get official before I even export the results. Because every time I export the results, it becomes a 0. And standings are now official. And that will more than likely cap off our Phoenix weekend here. Or no. I almost screwed up. Good thing I caught that. Yeah, if I would have screwed up the export, I would have been kicking myself for this. So anyway. Kelly Moore, the winner. Hermione Sweet, so close, will sell for second. Good run from Melissa Cooper in third. Ashley Reynolds, Maddie Crenshaw, top 10 run. Good night for Zachary Taylor's drivers. Brianna Knight, Courtney Lynn, Maria Nowicki, Luke Cage, and Leslie Gordon, top 10 in her debut. Great job for her. Dylan Cunningham, Aileen Seiton, Jessica Miller. Points leader, Valentina Fernandez finished in 14th. Looks like Luke Knight ended up 16th. Fernandez will keep the points lead heading into next week, because a lot of drivers who tried to run her down for the points lead did not have good runs. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, Timmy Turner, last car in the lead lap, finished in 26. Not sure what happened to Annie Thomas, why she ended up a lap down in 37. Tough break for Annie Thomas, 27th on the points. That's not good. Violet Jackson fell a lap down, never recovered. Came home in 38th, and 4 drivers out of the race. They were Quentin Honeysett, Sandy Watson, Megan Jones, and Annabelle Griffin. So, boy, talk about we're in for a point shaker upper. But as I said before, Valentina Fernandez, despite finishing 14th, she will still keep the points lead for another day and another week as we head off to Auto Club Speedway. Boy, we've been live for 143 minutes, 144 minutes as of right now. So, but you know what? For you all, it was damn well worth it. Hope you guys enjoyed this evening's festivities here at Phoenix International Raceway. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become a part of the PCSRA crew today. Be sure to join the PCSRA Discord. Link is down below in the description. These are your full finishing results for the final division race. If you did not see the official finishing results, check back early in this video for the other results and all that. Since we've shown you your results, you will see your point standings at the pre-race show next week at Auto Club Speedway. But first, before we go to Auto Club, we have our second race of the AutoZone Amateur Series. They're heading to Castle Gorge, and then we'll have the Buffalo Wild Wings non-charter race from Auto Club, and then the Monster Energy Drivers racing at Auto Club before all 3 series go to Martinsville Speedway for some short track racing. So that's it. Thanks for watching our long night broadcast. I will see you guys next time. Till then, I have been Daniel Volos signing off, and you have been watching yet another broadcast courtesy of the PCSRA, the best NR racing around the world, since 2017. Good night from Phoenix International Raceway. We'll see you in California Auto Club style.